I have a question I would like to ask. If anyone who is voting for Hillary, please answer me this one question. Why? And the reason I ask this is because, yes, I understand Trump isn't great, okay? He's sexist, he's a racist, he's a bigot, but you know what? Those are all personal flaws. The difference between Hillary and Trump is that Trump's failures are personal while Hillary's is legal. Come on, stop and think about it. Here it is. We got someone who's talking about, she becomes president, she's going to attack Russia, and yet she's selling government secrets to Russia. Not only that, but she's gone on and say that, hey, when women go and talk about being raped, you should believe them. Meanwhile, women that her husband's raped, she has used scare tactics to silence them. In fact, I actually heard a story back in 1970 that as a lawyer where she was defending a pedophile, she made the girl who was raped feel like crap. I'm not kidding. The story that this woman told, now an adult, was just heartbreaking. And I'm just like, well, okay. And you can sit and say, yeah, well, this here was a long time ago. And I'm like, really? We're concerned about Trump and what he said as a part of just private banter between him and a bunch of friends, and the complaint about that was, oh no, that was sexist, and that was like a decade ago. And you're telling me that's important? Well, okay. Between someone being sexist and someone going out of their way to defend a pedophile and making the victim who already has been through some serious trauma feel even worse, I really gotta question your priorities. And here's the thing of it. Hillary, she does not care about the American people, no matter how you look at it. And yes, I will agree that none of the politicians who are in office care about people they're supposed to be serving. But what I'm getting at is Hillary just takes it to an extreme. I mean, I've actually heard stories that when she went and heard that American soldiers were being killed or citizens were being killed in a terrorist attack, she seemed to be giddy with joy. And while, yes, that may be hearsay, the point is, she does not like the American people one bit. She really looks down on them. Well, not only that there, but just the people who's died, stuff concerning the Clintons. Well, okay, just all the death that went on and all, it's more than a little suspicious. It's like the old saying, once is coincidence, twice is happenstance, and 3 or more times is enemy movement. And speaking of which, you can go and say that as racist as Trump is, well, here's the thing of it. About a no-fly zone over Siberia, I remember one thing was a Russian politician who said that if Hillary becomes president, she is not going to sleep at night because she actually knows we're going to enter a second Cold War. And you can go sit and say, well, this is all just scare tactics and everything else. But the point of it is that no matter how you look at it, one or two things by itself is one thing. But when you got a large number of things and you go and put them all together, it's not painting a very pretty picture. In fact, as much of a bigot as Trump is, at least he is consistent with his beliefs. Hillary will go and side with whichever side gets her the most votes. This is a person who does not care about what is right or wrong, what's legal or illegal. Her only line of thought is, will this get me more votes? Will this go and put me in greater standing with obtaining power or money? I'm not kidding. If she became president and suddenly, just like the flick of a switch, every white person there is suddenly said, hey, let's bring back slavery and enslave the blacks, Hillary will be leading the charge once those numbers pass a certain point. And for those who know what I'm talking about, it's like, yeah, she did a lot of stuff for black people, but only because she knew that it would get her votes. That's the entire point of it. Hillary will not do anything that does not benefit Hillary. And as true as this is with any politician or any person in general, the problem though is, like I said, it's more of what benefits me. Fuck everyone else, what benefits me? That is the problem. If we went and were facing a complete nuclear holocaust on the U.S., Hillary would be okay with that as long as she'd be on the first plane out of the country and would go and be set up in another country in a well-cushioned position. It would not matter to her one bit. And I'm just like, well, okay, knowing this here, it's like, okay, well, Our choices are between a sociopath and a bigot. I'm not saying being a bigot's a good thing. I'm saying out of the two, guess what? Dealing with a bigot, what's the worst thing that can happen? They hurt your feelings. Oh no, your precious feelings got hurt. I don't care. Guess what? I'm still alive, and I am not a pile of ashes, or my shadow has not been burnt into the wall that's behind me. These tend to be a little more important than, oh no, someone goes and thinks bad things about certain groups of people. And what I'm getting at is, yes, Trump has a lot to be desired, but out of the two candidates, let's go with the guy who, yes, he may do bad things and all, but will go and at least be the lesser evil, and possibly, if things go right, actually do something to get the job market started again. I mean, if Trump can at least do that, well, he served his purpose. Hillary, if she gets in office, things are going to get a lot worse. It's going to get worse. I mean, you think Obama was bad. Once Hillary's in office, that's it. I'm not kidding, because if Hillary becomes president, get out of this country, because it's over.